Most people waste their entire morning without even realizing how badly it hurts their success. Your morning routine sends a powerful signal to your brain about how the day will go. Getting your morning right is honestly one of the best decisions you can make for yourself. Welcome to Real Health Logic, your source for evidence-based health insights that actually transform your daily life. Today we are going to talk about the morning habits that truly successful and healthy people practice consistently. These are not magic tricks, but they do work incredibly well when you apply them every single day. Modeling what successful people do gives you a much higher chance of achieving similar results in your own life. Let us start with something most people completely overlook, and that is beginning your morning in total silence first. Silence in the early morning allows your brain to fully wake up before the noise of the world hits. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus and decisions, needs quiet time to properly activate each morning. Even just 10 minutes of silence can lower your cortisol levels and sharpen your thinking for the whole day. Introverts especially gain enormous benefit from morning silence because it restores the mental energy that social noise quickly drains away. Extroverts can also benefit because silence helps everyone organize their thoughts before the demands of daily life begin piling up. So before you grab your phone or turn on the television, just sit quietly and breathe for a while. This one simple habit can completely change the quality of your focus and your mood throughout the entire day. Next, let us talk about gratitude, which is honestly one of the most underrated morning habits you could ever build. When you wake up feeling grateful, your brain immediately shifts into a more positive and open state of thinking. Research actually shows that practicing gratitude increases dopamine and serotonin levels, which are the chemicals that make you feel good. These are the same brain chemicals that many antidepressant medications are specifically designed to increase in people who are struggling. You do not need a perfect life to feel grateful, because there is always something small worth appreciating around you. You can be grateful for your health, your bed, the air you breathe, or even just a warm drink. The point is to put your brain into a grateful state first thing, because it sets a powerful, positive tone. When your brain is filled with gratitude, it naturally becomes more creative, more resilient, and more open to new opportunities. People around you will also notice the shift, because positivity is genuinely contagious, and it attracts better relationships over time. Gratefulness is truly the foundation of a great day, and it costs you absolutely nothing to practice it every morning. Now let us move into affirmations and visualization, which work together so well that it makes sense to discuss them together. Affirmations are simply positive statements you say to yourself about what you intend to do or become in your life. For example, you might say, "I will finish this project today," or "I will treat my body with respect today." The key with affirmations is to keep them positive and focused on what you will do, not what you will avoid. Saying "I will not eat junk food" is weaker than saying "I will nourish my body with healthy food today." Positive framing fills your mind with forward momentum and trains your brain to look for solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Speaking affirmations aloud actually activates a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, which helps you notice matching opportunities. This is why people who consistently affirm their goals often seem to attract the right situations, people, and resources naturally. Visualization works in a very similar way and pairs beautifully with affirmations for a powerful combined morning mental practice daily. When you vividly picture your goals in your mind, your brain processes that imagery almost like it is actually happening in reality. Athletes have used visualization for decades to mentally rehearse their performance before ever setting foot on a field or court. You can apply the exact same technique to your business goals, health goals, relationships, or any area of your life. Spend about 5 minutes each morning, combining affirmations and visualization, and you will notice a significant shift in your daily drive. These two practices together build a strong internal direction that keeps you motivated, even when things get difficult or discouraging outside. Now let us talk about waking up early, which is one of the most commonly shared habits among highly successful people worldwide. People like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sam Walton, and many other high achievers are known for rising before most of the world does. Waking up even 1 hour earlier than usual gives you quiet, uninterrupted time that most of your competition is sleeping through. In the early morning hours, your willpower is biologically at its strongest, because your brain has been fully restored by sleep. This means the decisions and work you do early in the morning are often your highest quality efforts of the entire day. If you currently wake up at 7, try waking up at 6 and use that extra hour intentionally for your goals. It is also absolutely essential to get enough sleep, because waking up early only works if your body is properly rested. Sacrificing sleep to wake up early is counterproductive, because a sleep-deprived brain cannot think clearly or perform at its best. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night so that your early morning hours are actually productive and sharp. Next up is energizing your body right after you wake up, which is something successful people take very seriously every single morning. One of the most powerful ways to energize yourself in the morning is by taking a cold shower immediately after waking. Cold water triggers a rapid surge of norepinephrine in your brain, which dramatically increases alertness, focus, and your overall mental sharpness. Research published in health and neuroscience journals has confirmed that regular cold exposure activates the sympathetic nervous system in beneficial ways. This activation improves mood, boosts energy levels, and even builds long-term emotional resilience when practiced consistently over weeks and months. If a full cold shower feels too extreme at first, you can simply end your warm shower with 30 seconds of cold. That short burst of cold water is enough to wake your body up and get your blood flowing throughout your system. Other great options include going for a brisk morning walk, doing light stretching, or even just some basic bodyweight exercises at home. The goal is simply to elevate your heart rate and signal to your body that it is time to be fully awake. Coffee is also a popular option, and it does work. But pairing it with physical movement gives you far better results overall. Whatever method you choose, make sure you are doing something active and intentional in the morning, rather than just lying in bed scrolling. Now let us move to one of the most practical and effective morning habits, which is making a proper to-do list every day. A to-do list gives your brain a clear map of what needs to be accomplished, so you stop drifting through the day. Without a list, most people waste enormous amounts of time because they keep wondering what they should be doing at any given moment. However, the items on your to-do list must be specific and actionable, not vague and general like work on the project today. Instead, write things like write 500 words of content by noon or respond to all client emails before 10 in the morning. Specific tasks give your brain a clear finish line to aim for, which makes starting and completing them much easier and faster. When you check something off your list, your brain also releases a small hit of dopamine, which motivates you to keep going forward. This is why a well-written to-do list does not just organize your day, it actually fuels your momentum and your energy throughout. Building this habit consistently over time trains your brain to become a goal-seeking machine that naturally moves toward completion every single day. But a to-do list alone is not enough, and this is where scheduling your day becomes the next essential and powerful step forward. Scheduling means assigning specific time slots to each task on your list so that your day has real structure and clear flow. For example, you might decide to cut the lawn by 10 in the morning and finish a report by 1 in the afternoon. This turns your list from a collection of intentions into an actual executable plan that your day can be built around completely. Scheduling also helps you avoid overcommitting because you can quickly see whether everything you want to do actually fits into your available time. Research confirms that time blocking, which is another name for this scheduling method, significantly increases productivity and reduces daily stress for most people. Without a schedule, even the most motivated people often reach the end of the day feeling like they got very little done. With a schedule, you end each day with a clear sense of accomplishment because you can see exactly what you completed and when. This sense of daily progress is one of the biggest psychological drivers of long-term success, health, and personal satisfaction over time. Now let us talk about something deeply human and often forgotten in conversations about morning productivity, and that is bonding with someone early in the day. Human connection in the morning has a profound effect on your brain chemistry and your emotional resilience throughout the rest of the day. Physical affection, like hugging someone you love, triggers the release of oxytocin, which is often called the bonding or love hormone naturally. Oxytocin rapidly reduces cortisol, which is the primary stress hormone, meaning a simple morning hug literally makes your body less stressed immediately. Studies confirm that people who experience positive social connection early in the day show stronger emotional resilience and even better immune function overall. If you live with a partner, a family member, or a roommate, make a conscious effort to show them affection each morning. This does not need to be dramatic or time-consuming, because even a warm smile, a kind word, or a brief hug is enough. If you live alone, sending a thoughtful message to a friend or family member in the morning can create a similar positive effect. You could also plan a brief morning walk with a neighbor, a quick phone call with a loved one, or even coffee with a friend. The point is that human connection early in the morning fills your emotional tank and makes everything else in your day feel more manageable. Next, let us talk about cleaning up from the night before, which is a habit that many successful people swear by every morning. Waking up to a cluttered desk or a messy kitchen immediately puts unnecessary stress on your brain before your day has even started. Research on environmental psychology shows that physical clutter competes for your brain's attention and can reduce cognitive performance by a significant amount. Cleaning your space in the morning uses your peak willpower hours to create an environment that supports focus and calm productivity throughout the day. It is much easier to tidy up in the morning than at night because your mental energy and discipline are much higher early on. By evening, your decision-making ability is naturally depleted, and even simple tasks like washing dishes can feel disproportionately difficult and draining to complete. So spend just 5 to 10 minutes in the morning clearing your workspace and organizing your environment before you sit down to work. You will immediately notice that working in a clean and organized space feels easier, clearer, and far more mentally comfortable than working in chaos. This small morning habit creates a ripple effect that improves your concentration, your mood, and your overall output for the entire rest of the day. Now let us talk about being intentional with what information you consume first thing in the morning, because it matters enormously for your mindset. Most people wake up and immediately scroll through negative news, social media drama, or sensational headlines that flood their brain with stress hormones. Consuming negative or irrelevant information early in the morning spikes your cortisol levels before you have even had the chance to properly wake up. This puts your brain in a reactive, anxious state that is very difficult to recover from once it has been set in the morning. Instead, choose to read or listen to information that is uplifting, relevant to your goals, and forward-focused in a practical and meaningful way. This might mean reading an article related to your industry, listening to an educational podcast, or reviewing your goals and plans for the coming day. The idea is not to stay completely ignorant of the world, but to be selective and intentional about what your brain absorbs first each morning. Harvard research has confirmed that morning routines that combine movement, mindfulness, and structured goal setting significantly improve long-term mental health and productivity outcomes measurably. Additionally, your brain's prefrontal cortex, which handles planning, judgment, and self-control, is most receptive and active immediately after a full night of restful sleep. This means the very first hour after waking is your most neurologically powerful window for intentional thinking, planning, and self-improvement each day. Filling that window with garbage information is one of the most costly mistakes you can make for your long-term health and success. Protecting your first hour each morning is not selfish or antisocial. It is one of the smartest investments you can make in yourself. So let us quickly review all of these powerful morning habits so that you can begin building your own ideal morning routine starting tomorrow. Begin with silence to let your brain fully activate before the noise and demands of the world start competing for your attention. Practice gratitude by acknowledging even small blessings, because this shifts your brain chemistry toward positivity and resilience right from the very start. Use affirmations and visualization together for 5 minutes to prime your brain toward your goals and build unstoppable daily direction and motivation. Wake up early and protect those quiet morning hours, because that is when your willpower, focus, and creative thinking are at their absolute best. Energize your body through a cold shower, a walk, or some movement, because physical activation wakes up your brain as well as your body. Write a specific and actionable to-do list so your brain always has a clear and meaningful target to aim for throughout the day. Schedule each task with a real time slot so that your intentions become a concrete plan rather than just a hopeful and vague list. Bond with someone in the morning through affection, kind words, or a simple message, because human connection fuels emotional strength and daily resilience powerfully. Tidy up your workspace in the morning using your peak willpower so that your environment supports focus and calm throughout the rest of your day. Finally, be intentional about what you read or watch in the morning so that your first mental inputs are positive, relevant, and genuinely useful. These 10 habits are not complicated or expensive, and they do not require any special equipment or a massive amount of extra time each day. They simply require your commitment, your consistency, and a genuine willingness to invest in yourself before the rest of the world makes its demands on you. Start with just 2 or 3 of these habits and build from there, because trying to change everything at once often leads to burnout quickly. Small, consistent daily actions compound powerfully over time, and the person you become through these habits will be unrecognizable compared to who you are today. If you found these evidence-based morning habits helpful and want to keep improving your health and your daily performance, please like this video now. Subscribe to Real Health Logic for more simple, research-backed insights that help you live better, think clearer, and perform at your absolute best every day.